It's been one setback after another for Rishi Sunak over the last couple of days. On Friday, the Conservative Party lost two critical by-elections that had been held in Kingswood and Wellingborough constituencies. Both had been held earlier by the Conservatives with a heavy majority, and Labour overturned that in both to win quite convincingly, and of course for the Tories quite worryingly. The Conservatives had a majority of about 18,000 in Wellingborough, which is massive by British standards. Labour overturned that to win by more than 6,000 votes, and this has marked the second biggest upset in any constituency result in post-war elections in Britain. In the other constituency, Kingswood, the Conservatives had a majority of about 11,000. Again, quite substantial, and here Labour beat the Tories to win by about 2,500 votes. Still clear enough. Remember that the smallest margin for a current MP in Britain is 57 votes. Unsurprisingly, Labour leader Keir Starmer has described the results as fantastic, which no doubt they are. He says the people of Britain are now ready to put their faith in a changed Labour Party. Of course, not forgetting that this is general election year in Britain and we are approaching March already, so the election really is not too far in the distance. The Conservatives have now, under Sunak, lost just about every recent by-election. The exception was one where they scraped through over a local issue over taxing old cars that had made Labour unpopular there. But the results really of these by-elections are in line with the continuing results in opinion polls that are putting the Conservatives way behind Labour. The party is now bracing for another by-election on February the 29th. The results this week come just the day after it was announced that Britain is now officially in a recession after the economy shrank 2 quarters in a row. The economy was one thing Sunak was expected to fix after his earlier spell as Chancellor of the Exchequer, and yet growth in Britain is the lowest it's been in about 15 years, barring the COVID spell. Inflation is certainly lower than it was earlier in the year or earlier last year, but still lower than the 2% target set by the Bank of England. The Conservatives still believe they can make it. The leaders blame a low turnout for these election losses, which is a standard reasoning offered in the face of such results. And of course, a party can lose by election and still win a general election, but it's looking uphill now for Rishi Sunak. Already moves have begun within the party to seek to replace him. They haven't gone far yet, but this double trouble in the by-election will be wind in the sail for his opponents, and it's all pointing at the moment to some rough days ahead for Rishi Sunak later this year.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV 18 on all of our digital platforms.